Good morning. The title of the devotional today is Wrong Question, Right Answer. The study of the life of Jesus encompasses looking at and studying his sermons, his teachings, his parables, as well as observing how he treats people in each of these encounters. This includes all the people that he meets, helps, heals, raises, teaches, and speaks to. And we need to include his 12 disciples, his chosen 12, who will be with him the most, observe him the most, listen to him the most, and ask the most questions. How a teacher interacts with his or her students is a most critical factor in the learning process. Let's take, for example, Jesus as both teacher and healer in the encounter whose story is told in the 9th chapter of John, beginning with verse 1. The incident involves the man born blind from birth. When this man born blind comes into the picture, the disciples ask a most crucial and very theological question. Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? I want you to notice that Jesus does not put down his questioners for asking the question. He doesn't call them stupid or ignorant. He doesn't belittle them in any way. He becomes their teacher. He has the answer, the truth, and he communicates his respect for them and their question by being very straight, forthright, and truthful with them. Their question is based on a very common belief of that day, and one that is still believed by a lot of people, that if you were ill in any way, your illness was because you had sinned and were being punished by your illness for your sin. Jesus attacks that concept, if you will, one of the great lies of religion. That lie is illness, disease, and sickness are the punishment for sin. The disciples accept as truth that the man's blindness is his punishment for sin, or his parents' punishment. Their belief in that truth is evidenced in the framing of the question, who sinned, this man or his parents? In our time, yes, right today, many, most, I'm not sure, a lot of people see the COVID virus as the world's punishment for all sorts of bad and evil things that have been done to one another. Crime, murders, wars, killing, cruelty, abuse. The list is long and covers a multitude of damages that we have done to one another and continue to do. We deserve to be punished, and the punishment is the virus which is among us. Who sinned, this man or his parents? It's got to be one or the other. Who among us has not asked the question of God, what did I do to deserve this? And we examine our lives carefully to find the needed answer, but in desperation. Let me hasten to tell us what Jesus' answer was and is. Neither this man nor his parents sinned. It is as if Jesus is telling us, you've asked the wrong question. You are assuming the truth of something that I am declaring a falsehood. It's a lie. I want to digress a moment with you to emphasize that Jesus, as always, is the speaker and teller of truth. Whatever he says, from a temporal as well as an eternal perspective, is always true and right and good for us. We do not have to mind read Jesus. He plainly speaks only truths, often confronting and challenging truth, causing us to rethink our learning, our knowledge, our reading, our interpretations, and lots of assumptions. Jesus not only speaks the truth, you remember he said he is the truth. So Jesus goes on with his answers to the disciples' question. He, the blind man, was born blind so that God's works might be revealed in him. Jesus sees how he can help and heal the man and restore his sight. Let's not sit around asking philosophical questions. It's as if Jesus is saying, let's do something for him. So Jesus spits on the ground, makes mud with his saliva, places it on the man's eyes, and tells him to go wash in the pool of Siloam. He follows Jesus' instructions and comes back with his sight restored. Jesus, rather than dealing with blame and shame, uses his God-given power to give the man the ability and the power to see. In our time, the people of medicine and science, microscopes and computers, and all sorts of machines and devices, they work to heal people. These people set about to heal our diseases. We may sit around and ask, why is this dread virus attacking and killing us? Fortunately, we have dedicated men and women who don't join in the debate of why. Rather, they see the need in the lives of people for healing and restoration to health, and they set out to bring solutions instead of debate, healing rather than inquiring as to who and why. One more very important aspect of our question of sin and punishment, an important factor in our thinking and in our theology. Jesus, the very Son of God, goes about his ministry healing and curing, cleansing, raising, restoring people to health. If we truly believe that illness and disease are the punishment of God, we put ourselves in quite a theological dilemma. Here we have God's own Son going about and healing and curing what God has sent. Really? No. This Jesus who declared, anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. No, Jesus is doing the will of God through forgiving, healing, restoring, raising, and empowering. In God, in Jesus Christ, we see the love, the power, the work of God being manifest among those he loved. The mission of our Christ was and still is the healing, the curing, the restoring, the empowering of the people of our God, our Father, who loves each and every one of us. Thank God for Jesus Christ and his ministry of healing with us.